Stage 1 of the 7 stages to meaningful work, to work like no one else, is get clear. And we talked about that yesterday. So you can go see yesterday's show as I break down the 3 indicators, the gauges of self. So it's self-awareness is what we're doing in stage 1. Now, once we're clear on what we do best, talent, what work we love to do most, passion, what results of our work matter deeply to us, mission, and we see how they intersect for that sweet spot, and we say, oh, this is the role in my sweet spot. I can get this idea of this role that I'm supposed to fill. So it's not even a job. It's just like an actor, like an actress playing a role. This is the part I'm supposed to play in work. If I do that, I'm in my sweet spot. And there's so many jobs and career paths that will allow you to play that role. All right. Once you're clear, now we've got to step into stage 2, and that's, what am I going to have to do to get qualified? Now, some of you will move through this stage really quickly because it's minor. Maybe you've got the degree. Maybe you've got some decent experience and you just need some small qualification. It won't take very long or whatever. So some of you blast through stage 2 right into stage 3, which is getting connected. And by the way, as we'll teach again tomorrow on Get Connected, stage 3, many times you are walking through stage 2 and 3 at the same time because you can be getting connected with people while you're getting qualified. Okay? In fact, I recommend you should be walking through stage 2 and 3 at the same time. Now, for those of you who won't move quickly through the get qualified stage, because there's a lot you've got to do to get qualified. It's almost like you're starting from scratch. This is a tough stage. Maybe the toughest stage. It was for me. Having no broadcast degree, no real experience outside of emceeing live events. Okay, so it was tough for me. And I don't ever want to be the guy that spews motivational gibberish just to kind of get your emotions and feelings jacked up. I'm the guy that wants to help you change the way you think, your mindset. Then you'll be able to change the way you act. If I try to drive you on feeling, I'll get you all pumped up, and the minute the show's over and life hits you, you just go, oh boy, and you wither away. So understand, this is a tough stage, and I want you to understand how tough it is. It's tough because there's a lot to do here and it's intimidating. So there's 4 questions. I call them the qualifying questions that you've got to ask and answer in stage 2, which is get qualified. Here they are. I've talked about it on the show last week. Going to always talk about it. We got to hit this stuff all the time. Here we go. First question is the education question. In other words, what do I need to learn to be qualified? Doesn't necessarily have to be a degree or a master's or anything else. But what is it that to succeed in the industry I want to be in the position I want to be in, what to get in, not even the dream job, just to get in and then start working my way up to the dream job. What do I need to learn? That's the education question, all right? Second question is the experience question, which is what do I need to do? And I get calls all the time. Ken, I know what I want to do. And I've applied or I've looked into applying, but they say I need 2 to 3 years experience. I don't have it. And they look at me like, what do I do? And I go get the experience. Like, that's the deal. I had to start out on Saturday radio. I had to do a lot of really small, quite frankly, very humbling broadcasting, hosting gigs to be able to get the chance to do some of the stuff I've done and am doing now. Like, there's only one way to get experience, and you got to go do it. Okay? So what experience do you need to eventually get to the dream job? Remember, that's the destination. All right. So that's the education question. Third question is the economic question. How much is the actual act of getting qualified going to cost me financially? Meaning, am I going to have to save up a lot of money to be able to do this? Am I going to have to sacrifice money? So how much is it going to cost? Where am I going to have to cut? See, all these are financial costs to be able to get qualified. And that leads to the fourth question, which is the expectation question. The fourth question is the expectation question because once we get the answers to the first 3 questions, we look back and we go, oh, so this is what I got to learn. This is what I got to do. This is how much it's going to cost me. How long is that going to take? Now we get ourselves mentally prepared for the timeline. Now, the timeline does two things, and that's why I call it the expectation question. It allows us to have a realistic expectation of how long this is going to take, and we steel ourselves. Okay, that's a 2-year play. Gosh, I wish it could happen in 2 months, but it's 2 years. I know it's 2 years, so I'm prepared for that. Okay, that's the first thing it does. And the second thing it does is it helps us get really, really focused. See, once we accept the fact that it's going to take longer than we want, or maybe than we thought, we go, okay, that's real. I get it. Now I get super focused, because in order to make it that long, you've got to be hyper focused. And it really helps create the intensity that you will need along the journey. That's why the expectation question is really important. So those are the 4 questions. And as you begin to answer those, essentially what's happening is the details come to you almost as if you were answering them on paper, and you begin to put a plan together. And then when you have this, you go, okay, what are the multiple pathways to get there? All right. So let me explain that a little bit further, because this is where the fear begins to dissipate once we go, oh, all right, I can get there this way. I can get there this way. So let's go back and review the question. So the education question, what do I need to learn? Okay, I know I need to get this. All right, so then we go, oh, well, where are all the places I can learn that? Okay, all right, see, multiple places I can learn. Okay, what experience do I need? Okay, where are all the ways, how are all the ways that I can get the experience? How much is going to cost? Well, because we've already looked at multiple places where we could get the education, we go, well, this place costs this much. This place costs this way. Oh, this one down here, this is great. And we go, oh, it doesn't matter the name brand of where we get the education, just that we get it. I've said this 100 times. When we go to the doctor, you don't make the doctor pull out their diploma and show you where they went to med school. You just don't do that. So understand that it's not just that you get the answers and go, oh, okay, it's going to cost this much. It's going to require that I get this amount of experience, and that's going to take me roughly this long. It's that we take that initial information, that first detailed plan we look at, and we go, wait a second, let me do more research and see if I can shave some money off. Can I shave some time off of this? And so it allows us to truly pick the best path. See, it's good to put a plan together by initially answering those 4 questions, but then you want to dive into them, do more research, come up with, well, can I make a connection here that may speed up this process or cut some cost here? That's what's so fun about those 4 questions. And so review those, the education question, the experience question, the economic question, the expectation question, and boy, oh boy, the fear seems to go away when I talk to people who do this, and it worked for me. That's where this whole thing comes from, my own path. Because once I had the answers, then the mountaintop was not so scary. But before, it was really unknown, and it felt very intimidating and scared me half to death. So that's why get qualified is tough. It takes a lot of time. Many times. It takes a lot of money. But boy, oh boy, it's always worth it. Always. And most people get stuck here. They just look at it and they go, oh, I'm not willing to sign up for that. That is going to be too hard and take too long. So I just want to be real with you. This is where a lot of people disqualify themselves. They just go, nope, not worth getting qualified. I'm out. And the sad part is that is where they are choosing. Think about this. It's where they're choosing misery over being uncomfortable, because they know what their misery looks like. Well, I've already been miserable long enough. I can deal with it. What a terrible choice. Choose to be uncomfortable so that you can get qualified.